This is The Download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news in the business of podcasting. I'm Gavin Gaddis. Here's what you need to know for today, Wednesday, July 8th. First up, new benchmarks compare brand lift between audio and video podcast ads and more. Signal Hill Insights has published their 2026 benchmark report titled How Podcasts Impact Brand Perceptions. According to aggregated brand lift metrics from 38,704 podcast listeners and viewers surveyed in 2024 and 2025, video podcasts now make up 54% of their performance data, up from 0 in 2023. In a large-scale comparison of the two formats, video edges audio by 1 to 2 points on mid-funnel and purchase intent metrics, with identical familiarity lift. Here's a quote from Paul Riesmandel, quote, "On average, right now there is no notable difference in brand lift performance between standard podcast ads on audio or video," end quote. He cautions that deltas this small should not drive major creative decisions. The report also moves past industry averages, segmenting benchmarks by audience demographics, content genre, industry vertical, ad length, and integration type. Next up, why AI-enhanced sound is suddenly the ultimate competitive advantage. A Forbes piece arguing the competitive advantage in AI world is making sure content is AI-legible. Tactics such as wrapping audio with transcripts, speaker IDs, and including transcripts that AI systems need to search and process content. Quote, "You can't put an MP3 into an LLM," end quote, No Mono U.S. General Manager Owen Grover tells article author Damian Taylor. The company claims its customers save 60 to 70% of post-production time. Taylor notes a structural mismatch in the video podcast boom. Platforms prioritize sharp visuals while treating audio as an afterthought, even though research shows degraded audio makes speakers seem less intelligent and likable regardless of video quality. And for our final top story, news/talk listeners combine loyalty with buying power. Inside Audio Marketing covers a recent Odyssey research blog titled "Attention is Hard to Earn. News Talk Already Has It." According to Nielsen Scarborough data, 54% of news/talk listeners are P1s, listeners who name the station as their primary choice, compared to 41% of sports radio fans and 84% of local news listeners trust local news radio, more than broadcast TV, national news radio, or social media. The format's audience skews affluent with a median household income near $95,000 a year, and Alter Agents research finds news talk campaigns drive 56% awareness, 47% consideration, and 49% purchase or conversion among exposed consumers. Odyssey's takeaway for buyers: these listeners, quote, "don't simply catch headlines, they seek context," end quote, which rewards integrated sponsorships over traditional spot buys. As for the rest of the news, the BBC reports a record 502 million weekly global audience across BBC News, World Service, and BBC Studios content, which is up 11% year over year. The Modern Man, a British podcast award-winning lifestyle show from Ollie Mann, joins the Mercury Podcast Network as the first of 3 lifestyle shows Mercury will announce in July. And Together and iHeartMedia launch Everyone Watches Women's Sports, a weekly audio and video series. The series will be distributed via iHeart Women's Sports and YouTube starting July 9th. That does it for today's episode of The Download. As a reminder, you can find a link to everything I just talked about by clicking the link in your show notes. That'll take you to today's episode post on soundsprofitable.com, where you can also subscribe to the newsletter version of The Download to get it straight to your email inbox every day. Today's issue was written and produced by myself, Brian Barletta, Molly DeMillier, and Tom Webster. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Gavin Gaddis, and we'll see you tomorrow.